to this Stockbox interview. Darren Hazelwood, the CEO of Panther Metals, is with us today following news from the company on a major acquisition on the Obonga Greenstone Belt in Ontario. So Darren, this is of course part of Panther's Canadian portfolio of assets. You've acquired this. Tell us a bit about it and what you like about it.
Yeah, hi Mark. Thanks for having us on. You've followed the journey with Panther. And for me and for the company, it's been about positioning the business in such a way that we're able to exploit the potential opportunities that come our way in terms of work on the ground. And we know that this is a capital-intensive business, and as a result, we've seen the positioning of Panther and the proposed listing of our Australian assets. And that was always part of the plan to enable us to benefit from that potential upside in Australia, but also to free us up to then look at the opportunities and work in those opportunities in the right manner. And Obonga offers just about everything any exploration company could want. And as a business, Panther here, we've acted like a major. We haven't just done a deal with Lian on Broken Rock Resources. We've actually taken almost entire control of Obonga Greenstone Belt. And the reason behind that is simply to eliminate competition so that we can go forward, we can start our work programs, and without the situation where you're looking over your shoulder. If people want, if we deliver on this prospective Greenstone Belt, we give the numbers, then people have got to come to us. There is no neurology opportunity for anyone in Obonga now. Panther Metals can control the entire location.
Okay. And how much past exploration work has been carried out in this Obonga Greenstone Belt, Darren? Is there any information you've got to go on?
Yeah, there has been a small amount of exploration conducted. There was some in the early 70s, but the main work, BHP drilled Obonga in, or should I say that they drilled near the prospective VMS deposit at Wishbone on the Obonga Greenstone Belt. We now know, using modern technology, that they drilled approximately 600 to 800 metres away from the main exploration target. Despite them being that far away, they still hit massive stringer and disseminated sulfides. And BHP classed this as a main exploration target, as a priority target. But this all happened in 92. And in 92 in Canada, you had the Windy Craggy scandal. This witnessed hundreds of millions of exploration capital that was raised in Canada, basically being deployed elsewhere across the globe, because people pulled out of Canada. Canada was viewed very pessimistically on the back of what happened at Windy Craggy as an investment destination. And BHP, one of the companies that pulled out. And for those that don't know, Windy Craggy, it's very well known in Canada. That there was a major deposit discovered, and the Canadian government, and this was in BC, but the Canadian government moved that deposit area into a national park. So that prevented any further exploration or any potential for that to come in, become a mine. And the political ramifications were huge. And ultimately, 30 years later, that's what's allowing this opportunity for Panther, and following the work conducted by Lian, who's quite an extraordinary geologist in her own right.
Okay. And what commodities are you targeting then, Darren, in this area?
This offers a broad reach.
Mm.
If you look at the Lac des Hills mine, 80 kilometres south, whose geological footprint is extremely similar to the Awkward target zone. That's basically a platinum and palladium play. You've got a VMS deposit which is the wishbone target area, which we've just discussed. And that you're looking at zinc, again, platinum, possibly silver, but it's multi-commodity on that particular zone. The south, you zone, and that's a gold target. Now we've looked at that. We've got a lot of experience internally on gold targets in greenstone belts, and we believe that's a very interesting zone. But you're looking, the reality is here, it's a multi-commodity target area, but it's an entire greenstone belt, Mark. So it's going to be.
Okay. And you mentioned there the Lac des Iles project, and it's been in production since 1994, sold in a deal valuing it at just under 1 billion Canadian dollars. How similar do you think is the geology to the Lac des Iles to what you have? And can you kind of draw some comparisons between the two?
Yeah, well, it was sold. It was in production from '94, and it wasn't sold until 2019. So that was quite a recent deal, and it gives you some indication of the potential upside there still, despite the fact that it's been nearly 25 years of production. But the geological footprint is very, very similar. I guess from my perspective, I'd encourage people to have a look at the maps that I've personally put out on Twitter today, and that will give people an indication, because visuals are always better than spoken word. That really will give you some idea of what we're seeing and the similarities. But if you look at Lac des Iles, it is almost exactly due south of that target as well, and it's 80 kilometres due south. And as we all know in this game, when you're looking for deposits and discoveries, you go to where there's been deposits and discoveries in the past, and this would be a prime example. Okay, and you've also picked this project up for a fairly modest cost entry, haven't you, as well? Yeah, so this it's quite an amazing meeting of minds from the first time I spoke with Leanne. And we've been talking for some while. It was clear that her aspirations absolutely matched Panther's. She felt the hard miles were done on the initial targets, and that they are just ready for drilling, and that aligns perfectly with our own target on this. The way we make discoveries by drilling. But we had to have a business that's in the right shape to be able to take on that next stage, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we're both aligned, and the drill permits are in place. So with the 31 days notice, we can go onto site. Look, there is going to be a bit more planning required in terms of that there'll be some tracks that need to be put in place. I need to, and we need to engage with the First Nations. That's a really important part of this process. So Canada opens up on the 7th of September, so we'd expect to be over there pretty soon after that. And we look forward to that engagement and working together, all three of us ultimately, to take this forward. Okay. Excellent. And just looking ahead on the next stages then Darren, how much of the exploration is planned and ready to go? And will Leanne still be working very closely with you? Leanne's a pivotal part of this. And we will be on the ground as soon as physically possible. It's just a case that the exploration programs, the initial drill holes are all done. That work is done by Leanne. We have got full access to that data. Okay. And as a result, it makes our job in the initial stages very, very easy. As I say, the hard miles are done here. It's a case of just getting on with it. Okay. Well, Darren Hazelwood, the CEO of Panther Metals, thank you very much for your time. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you for listening to this Stockbox interview. For more information, interviews and videos, visit our website at stockboxmedia.com or give us a follow on Twitter by searching @StockboxMedia.